on the bulletin board of Education Administration Building, as well as notice being provided to the Bergen Record, Jersey Journal, and the district website.
Stand for the flag salute.
Pledge to the flag of the United States of America.
Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Present.
Mr. Bonino,
Present.
Ms. Callie,
Present.
Ms. Eccles,
Here.
Mr. Lewis,
Present.
Mr. McStowe,
Here.
Ms. O'Connell, Mr. Patel, Dr. Strobert.
Here.
You don't have minutes, do we? Grace?
No minutes for this meeting.
Okay. So we got the presentation of the budget.
Yes. Good evening and welcome. Tonight, our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Jennifer Montesano, and myself, Grace Yo, Business Administrator, will present our 2021-2022 school year budget. I would like to begin by giving a brief overview of the budget process and timeline. The budget process is a collaborative team effort which began in November of 2020. Numerous meetings were held with the administrative staff to strategize on how to best allocate our funds, always keeping in mind the educational needs of our children and preparing them for a successful future, as well as providing the resources needed to be successful and always mindful of the financial impact to the taxpayer. The budget approval timeline is as follows. On March 18th of 2021, the budget was presented to the community. On March 19th, the budget was submitted to our county superintendent. On March 31st, the county superintendent approved our preliminary budget, and today, May 6th, we present the final budget for adoption. The next slide, we are talking in regards to, in preparing our budget, we focus on the following strategies to provide funding for programs and facilities as we strive for educational excellence and at the same time respecting the financial impact on local taxpayers. To provide funding for all programs required by state, federal mandate, and board policy. To keep the budget growth within the 2% cap as permitted by the Department of Ed. To support the district's curriculum and technology plan, and to maintain developmentally appropriate class size. At this point, I'd like to turn the presentation over to our superintendent, Ms. Montesano.
Thank you, Ms. Yo. So as Ms. Yo and myself and the administrators work on developing the budget, one of the first things we do is talk about goals that we will have for the overall district. So if you take a look at our Board of Education goals moving forward, one of the first things, of course, we want to do is maintain a high level of rigor in academics at the secondary education level so that our current students will choose Secaucus High School as their choice for graduating. And of course, when we build these programs and enhance them, we are doing this within a budget that keeps within the 2% cap. And lastly, we wanted to continue next year, and as always, to find more effective ways of communication among our Board of Education and all the schools, and of course the town communities, so that everybody can feel part, of course, of our goals and the decision-making processes in our district. If we look at the next slide, we just continue with more specific goals that we're working on as a full school district. We are extremely proud of our district's technology initiative, which has allowed us to be successful during this pandemic. Of course, we want to always continue to enhance our technology devices, and we're really looking to make an effort in the 21-22 school year to enhance our technology efforts at the early elementary level. And that, of course, includes our pre-K, our kindergarten, first grade, to enhance the tools that they can have to participate in their classes using technology. Lastly, we have, Dr. Reiser will talk in a few minutes, but we have really are making strides in our curriculum and enhancing it, of course, to meet the updated New Jersey student learning standards. That project is an extremely large one that Dr. Reiser is in charge of, and that will take place, it's already started and will take place all through the summer to prep for the 21-22 school year. And that curriculum development is, of course, one of the major goals that we will have moving forward. One of our specific programs that I would like to really have an overall for that will be a big district goal next year is our basic skills program. Basic skills provides extra supplementary programming and education to many of our students in this district. So we are looking to restructure it to provide more students with opportunities to close the gap, specifically due to the pandemic, and provide students with the services and support that they need. So that will be a major goal for next year. And of course, due to the pandemic, we understand, and of course, we recognize that we have many students who have suffered or who have gaps in their learning due to the pandemic and due to virtual learning. So in order for us to close that gap and provide them with the support that they need, we are promoting a number of academic intervention programs that we can use to not only close the gap, but also accelerate all of our students at the same time. And those, some of those programs have already started. At our secondary level, we have our Saturday programming that has already began. And this summer, we will focus on our elementary schools, and then those programs will carry right into the 21-22 school year. So not only will we be working to close that gap, but like I said, we are looking to foster an acceleration for all of our students beyond that closing of the gap. Dr. Reiser?
Sure. So we're pretty proud of some of our accolades, the school district accolades for the school year. Number one is getting through the pandemic. That's what we're most proud of, getting through it very successfully. We actually achieved a top score in the niche top 100 school districts in New Jersey. We were 74 this year. It was a very big accomplishment for us. We're very proud of that. And that's a collective effort of you know, the support of the Board of Education and the administrators, teachers, everybody who works in the district. We are really, really proud of what we accomplished there. And we actually got a top as the top one in the top 1,000 school districts in the United States. Very, very impressive, and we're very happy about that. We're also the first Hudson County school to open to in-person learning in September of 2020 with a hybrid cohort A-B schedule. And we actually, in April 19th, we're actually able to combine all our students to have all of them return to a 5-day in-person learning, a 4-hour-a-day schedule on April 19th. We're very proud of that. We because of the shifting mandates that were in place by the state of New Jersey and the Hudson County Department of Health that we have to adhere to, we were able to fit our in-person, all of our in-person students coming in to a 5-day-a-week schedule, and very happy about that. So on the horizon, if you want me to take this, Ms. Mazzano, okay. We have a lot of great things coming up that we hope to accomplish going forward. We've already adopted Teachers College reading and writing program, actually the writing component of that program for grades K through 5. We're using it very, very well in K-2 because we had a staff developer come in through a partnership with Teachers College last year and instruct our teachers on how to really properly implement and enact the program in the classroom. It's something that's wonderful. The teachers are very happy to be using it. They came in this year. However, we are going to continue that partnership from 3 to 5 using grant CARES Act money, hopefully next year, in order to expand the program a little more in 3 to 5, because they didn't get as much professional development as they did in person with the K-2 a few years ago. So we're going to do that. And also subsequently, we're doing 6 through 8. So we would like to expand the program. We're going to expand it from K to 8, the Teachers College Writing Program. We're very happy about that. We're expanding STEM programming throughout all grade levels, and some of our biggest expansions happened at the secondary level with STEM. We started with a great middle school STEM program, and we brought a lot of the classes up because the kids were so into the hands-on STEM and robotics and things that they were doing at that level. We brought it up to the high school. We actually brought one of our STEM teachers up to the high school and expanded those capabilities. So we're going to continue to expand that. Planning for additional dual enrollment, senior option programs for students in grades 9 to 12. Our senior option programs that we introduced, I believe it was 2 years ago, has really exploded. The seniors are taking advantage of, completing their coursework, completing their required coursework, and taking classes, getting part-time jobs or something to kind of, jumpstart their career after high school. And they're really enjoying their opportunities that they're getting in the senior enrollment class. So that's expanding. Our staff and students, we'd like to offer them systemic mental health supports. And thankfully, through another CARES Act grant, we're able to fund a program of mental health, wellness, meditation, yoga, breathing exercises from K to 12 next year. And that's something we're going to talk about at the next board meeting. It's going to be a great opportunity to care about the mental health of our staff and students at all levels. Reveal mathematics, that's a pretty big accomplishment. Well, not accomplishment, it's going to be on the horizon. Hopefully it's going to be a great accomplishment for grades K to 9. And this is something that I'm very, very passionate about. I think it's going to be a great opportunity to get a continuum of mathematics education from K, basically kindergarten throughout high school. And it's going to be consistent. It's going to be something that the faculty overwhelmingly picked, over what they're using now. They're very excited to be using it. We're going to get a lot of professional development through a title grant. And hopefully it's going to really push our math scores to another level. And also, lastly, we're going to continue to offer high quality professional development to our staff in technology, writers' workshops, social emotional learning, and anything really that they feel they need a little more professional development in. We always survey our staff. We survey them on what they would like to see, what they think they need assistance with in the classroom and beyond. And that's what we tailor our professional development sessions to. And
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And just lastly, before we turn over to Ms. Yo, with all of the programming enhancements that myself and Dr. Reiser just shared, we also in this budget were able to put in 2 additional hires for the 21-22 school year, which will consist of 2 special education teachers for our district.
In addition to the 2 new hiring of the special education teachers, the budget also includes a bank cap of $1,246,779, state aid of $2,426,725, which reflects 5.8% of our operating budget, and debt service aid of $635,000. The budget also includes an increase in the tax levy of $728,430, which equates to 1.98%, staying under the 2% cap. Next year, our grant award increased overall by $812,000. Our debt repayment decreased by $279,000 as we completed paying off one of our bonds. The district currently has one remaining bond left, which was for the referendum of the middle and high school expansion, which is approximately $28,410,000. The overall revenue increase to our budget is $679,000, which is approximately 1.5% increase over last year's budget. Our next two slides depict our expenditures for the 21-22 school year. Our largest increases are in the areas of support services, general school administration, central office and technology, and operation and maintenance. The increase in these budgeted category line items is a direct result of COVID-19. Funds were allocated to these accounts to maintain a healthy, clean, and safe environment for our students and staff, as well as supply our students and staff with the resources needed to be successful. Our tuition costs continue to decrease as a result of a reduction in the number of out-of-district placements. Moving to our next slide. This slide shows us that based on the increase of the tax levy of $728,430, or a 1.9% increase, the average assessed home in Secaucus of $175,000, the increase to our taxpayer is approximately $38.03 per year. In order for the district to maintain low cost and to utilize our funds in the most efficient manner, the district has entered into numerous consortiums, one being an energy consortium. We entered into the School Alliance Insurance Fund, the federal E-rate program. We have joined numerous co-ops and joint transportation agreements, along with entering a shared service agreement with our town for multiple services. Our next slide shows our enrollment for the last 6 years. Over the last 4 years, our enrollment has continued to increase, and the trend looks to continue for the future year. The projected enrollments continues for 2019. In addition, this projection is based on a demographic study that was completed in July of 2019. So for our district, for our enrollment to continue to increase, it's a tribute to the great work that our staff continues to do and the support of our Board of Education in allowing us to continue to work with our students the way we do. So on behalf of Superintendent Ms. Montesano, the Board of Education, and myself, we thank you for your continued support and remind you that Election Day is November 2nd, 2021. Thank you.
Grace and Ms. Montesano, I'd like to thank you for the work that you put into this budget. I know it's not easy to keep us under 2%, but thank you for the work you're doing. Moving on. Anybody on the public forum? No. Okay. Moving on. School governance.
I make a motion to accept the recommendation of the superintendent to approve and adopt resolutions R 1.01 through R 1.04 and motion M 1.01 as described below.
Second.
Any discussion? So be it. Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Mr. Bolognino,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Ms. O'Connell, Dr. Strobert.
Yes.
Okay, Education Committee, I don't believe we have anything. The next one would be operations.
I make a motion to accept the recommendation of the Business Administrative Board Secretary to approve and adopt Resolution 8.01 as described below.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call.
Mr. Bartletta,
Yes.
Mr. Bolañino,
Yes.
Ms. Callie,
Yes.
Ms. Eccles,
Yes.
Mr. Lewis,
Yes.
Mr. McStowe,
Yes.
Ms. O'Connell. Dr. Strober.
Yes,
Public forum, do we have anybody? Okay, board comments, anyone? Okay. Moving on, anyone would like to make a motion?
Motion to close?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So be it.